Dr. Heather Tucker here with another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. Okay, so what we're going to talk about this week is 3 secrets to successful entrepreneurship. There is a difference between unsuccessful entrepreneurship and successful entrepreneurship. And I want to be able to share with you some things that I learned upon my journey that can be able to support you in stepping into the prosperity that you've been called to have. All right, so stay tuned to the end of this video. Make sure you get your notes out. So therefore your pens out so you can start writing, because here we go. Now, these are going to be broken down into 3 P's, okay? 3 P's. The 3 secrets are going to lead to 3 P's. The first P, it stands for purpose, right? Knowing your purpose, owning your purpose, living your purpose, being courageous and unshakable within your purpose, because you know you were the only person called to do exactly what you were called to do on this earth. Now, a lot of times we think that purpose just has to do with being of service to other people, but that is not the case. Actually, purpose has to do with, yes, being of service to other people, but also being of service to ourselves and our own mind, body, and soul development. This is where I talk about that our businesses are an extension of us. One of the things that happen in entrepreneurship is we recognize that we are actually what we are selling, what we are offering, what we are putting out to the world. And that comes against maybe some of the insecurities, some of the fears, some of the concerns and doubts, and all these other things that can come up when we're on this journey of entrepreneurship. So recognizing that it's a twofold process when it comes to purpose. It is about serving other people, and it's also about being of service to yourself, mind, body, and soul. So it's interesting. I was looking at my vision board the other day from a couple years ago, and it says that the heroes properly is someone who has given his life to something bigger than himself or herself, or other than himself. Meaning that when you're on this journey of entrepreneurship, you recognize that there's something bigger than you, right? Like, it's not necessarily as much about me as it is about being the voice and being the light to be able to shine bright. So therefore, other people who also know that they're called to shine bright and be able to be of service to other people receive that message, right? So it's a two-way process. Our businesses are an extension of us, and our purpose is sometimes so powerful that we might be a little bit scared of it. So this actually leads into the second one. The second secret to successful entrepreneurship stands for passion, right? So a lot of times we make decisions based on our mind. Now, our mind, if we focused only on our mind and what was going on in there, we would totally self-sabotage and totally self-destruct anything. I was very self-destructive in my health, in my relationships, in my business, and a lot of it had to do with the conflicts within the mind. But you can go from conflict to wholeness, where you're working together on one accord, right? Not only that, get out of your head and get into your heart. Get into your aloha, your love. We have so many heart attacks that go on in this world every day, every single day. And what it is a lot of times may feel like our heart is working against us. I know my mom, she used to tell me, because I was such a lover, she would say, Heather, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Absolutely, I do. And sometimes it can come to bite me in the butt. But the reality is Jesus has called me to be able to be from my heart, from that love space, and to be able to do right more than be right, and give love more than get even, right? This is about the forgiveness, being the aloha. That word aloha alone stands for more than just love and hi and bye. It stands for humbleness. It stands for humility. It stands for being the light. It stands for truthfulness and patient perseverance on the path. So I had shared this, let me pull it up here. Hold on a second. I got it. Check this out. Love is patient and love is kind. So we need to be able to come from that patient and kind place here, right? And allow it also to connect here in our mind, and having the purpose and the passion working on one accord, right? So our purpose, we kind of are in this knowing. In our passion, we're in the being, the connection. I hope that this makes sense, because if you ever said like part of me wants to do this and part of me wants to do this, well, if we have all these conflicts, how are we going to really be successful in business? So let's resolve the conflicts and break free. And this is one of the reasons why I love coaching. Like, honestly, coaching from an entrepreneurial perspective is the number one way to better communicate with your clients, better communicate with yourself, better communicate and have a connection with other people. With coaching, you can actually not only give your clients what they want, you can also give them what they need at the exact same time, which actually makes your customer service much better, much more rewarding, much more impactful and powerful, right? And then your customers can be those walking testimonies. Because when they see the changes, and when other people see the changes in your customers and your clients, they're going to be like, wow, you look different. Things seem different with you. What's going on? Well, they said, I was working with this person, this coach, and she did an amazing thing, and I just feel so free. No chains, right? No chains. Break free from the battles. And, so basically I mentioned passion, mind, body, and soul on one accord. And also, when it's on one accord, I just asked my assistant, why don't we quit, right? It's about never giving up, never giving in. If you've been given this calling, if you've been given this purpose, do not give up on it. Or you can continue to beat your head against the wall if you did give up on it. It's so easy for me to say, okay, I can go back to the government and I'll just make 6 figures and I'll just be doing my own thing. Easy to do that. Yet how rewarding from a heart space and a mind space is that compared to what I'm doing right now, because coaching changes and saves lives and families. And I know that that's now needed now more than ever. Hence is why I'm here doing this video with you. Okay, so now let's talk about number 3, right? This is the biggest one, okay? Why is it the biggest one? Is because it's the one that people have the most conflict with, and it's the one that is most needed, especially right now. The third secret to successful entrepreneurship is the word prosperity. And prosperity means something different for everybody. Every single person has a different verb or thought about what prosperity is. But when it comes to prosperity, it really has a lot to do with our relationship with money, right? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it a fear that we don't have it? I mean, there's so many money beliefs that we can have, especially as entrepreneurs, especially going from being an employee where you're receiving a consistent income and you know exactly when you're going to get paid, right? So you know the time you put in, the money, compared to entrepreneurship where there's a lot of uncertainty there. You're not sure of how you're going to get paid. And the goal is to create a consistent revenue generating business. So therefore you can work smarter and not harder. Imagine making 2 or 3 times as much as you would working 40 hours a week and only 20 hours a week. Is it possible? Yes, 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 it is. Yes, it totally is. And the thing is, we are called for prosperity. The more money that we have, the more, and yes, prosperity is not just about money, it's also about love. The more love and money that we have, the more that we can be able to give love and money to other people, the more we can be able to be of better service to our communities. So don't be scared. I was so scared of the prosperity that was waiting for me. Now I love it and I receive it fully, knowing and beautifully from a place of peace, knowing that the money that we receive is just a tool to be able to use, to be able to get our message out there further, to be able to, I'll share with you now my biggest vision. One of my biggest visions is to, especially for creating this prosperity, is to be able to open up some group foster care homes, teach these kids how to become coaches. So therefore, not only can they coach each other, but they also have a stream and a way to be able to make money for themselves and give back to the way that they want to give back. So that dream would not be possible if I continued to be scared of money and love. It's two sides of the same coin. Some people think, oh, I can have all the money, but then I can't have the love. Or I can have all the love, but I can't have the money. You can have both. You can have both. And this is why you also want to fall in love with sales. Falling in love with sales not only expands your business and you're able to be fully of service, but another thing is that when you're falling in love with sales, you know that you're serving. And for us, it's that we believe and that we know that what we have to offer, 100% guaranteed, will change lives, maybe even save lives and families. And that's why we do what we do. So the question is, why do you do what you do? What is your calling? And then how can you fall in love with your calling and your voice again? How can you be able to elevate your leadership, communicate to your message to the masses, the right people, and collaborate so therefore you can create this prosperity that you are already called to have? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Once you recognize that you are totally deserving of it, you are totally worthy of receiving your riches and all the love in the world, because you already are loved. A lot of times we just fight it. So I hope this resonates and makes sense with you, because this is some of the stuff that we talk about actually in our upcoming life coaching certification class. We're only doing these certifications twice a year. So if you're interested in becoming a life coach, make sure that you connect with us ASAP and get on our calendar so we can have a conversation and see where you are. If you have a desire to help other people and a willingness to grow on your own soul development, this is the perfect platform to be able to do that, because coaching leads to so many other things. And I recommend that all entrepreneurs consider becoming a life coach, even if they're not going to consider it as a service in their business, which is just an additional stream of income, but so they can be able to better communicate on both sides of life, better communicate with their family and get down to the deeper issues of what's going on there, as well as better communicate and connect with their clients and their customers, so they're giving them exactly what they need and what they want at the same time. So therefore there's total success. So this completes our 3 secrets to successful entrepreneurship. So my question for you is, which one spoke to you the most? The purpose, the passion, or prosperity. Make sure you put a comment below and let us know what your biggest takeaway from this message was. And subscribe to our channel. We look forward to seeing you again next week for another Wisdom Wednesday.